Hello everybody and welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 12, High School Never Ends. And the theme of this lecture will overall be just considering the impact of popularity. I'm going to make the simple argument for good or for bad or for neutral that the only thing that really matters in life is popularity. Might seem like a weird thing to assert, but that's why we're going to discuss it. So that's why I titled it High School Never Ends. But we're going to talk about current events, police conduct, since it's been a couple months since I've made one of these videos. Seen some more, again, atrocious, pathetic, dog shit American bullshit, which is classic. It's exactly what you expect anymore. Recently tuned into the debate for about 5 minutes, and then I had lost like 100 IQ points a second, so I had to kind of turn that shit off. So put debate or lack thereof, because there really wasn't any debate going on. Again, you have to have some amount of competence or knowledge of American history or knowledge of science or knowledge of policy making to actually have a real debate. And again, that's just completely out of the question. We'll talk about Reddit and cancel culture. We'll probably talk about that at the end. Then the birds and the bee's knees. It's about that time, guys. We're going to have to talk about sex. Won't be talking about the mechanics too much, but we'll be talking about the psychology of sex from just a bunch of different perspectives. And I have up here parrots swearing. So if you don't agree with anything I say about anything in the science of anything I presented, yesterday, the headline news, today is October 1st, 2020. Parrots or birds of some sort were removed from a park because they were swearing in front of people. Direct, immediate evidence of animals picking up human speech, differentiating bad words, and then saying it at people to make each other laugh. Vibrational information theory right there. So that was an arrow through the heart on that study, or that's not even a study, that occurrence. We'll talk about math or religion. We talked about that a decent amount on the last episode. And then we'll talk about censorship in history. And then I don't even have up here, but I was going to do another section called Straight Talk on Aliens. Again, there's parts of the discovery I'm not going to show you because it is not mine, but we'll be talking about, I think his name is David Frazier. There's been two people that have recently on the Joe Rogan podcast, and they're absolutely legitimate, so I will be just discussing the things that are interesting there. But it relates to censorship in history, because it's being censored right now. And I just have I have miscellaneous biology and pharmacology and the reproducibility crisis. The reproducibility crisis is, again, I've read little bit about it on Wikipedia and different sources, but it seems from like 2012, or maybe 2005 to now, just problems reproducing landmark studies in the psychological sciences, medical sciences, and they didn't comment on like what they considered hard sciences like math and science, but it's absolutely a problem in physics and mathematics as well. So we'll be just talking about some points there. So let's get started. So the first section we're going to start with is math or religion and the straight talk on aliens. Another thing I wanted to say is Governor DeWine he did not make it to my apartment for the filming of this episode. I believe he was booked up at a cameo for Cast Explosion, so he wasn't able to drop by today. But go Governor DeWine. But a scientific theory predicts new phenomenon and accounts for the past. So we have, if you've go watch my math videos, but I discussed in further detail the mathematical implications of proving it is what it is the basis of logic. I'll do another math video about the basis of sound, but I just want to cover a couple direct forms of language that have preserved for thousands of years that are definitely evidence of mathematics. Right? Rhythm and tension are our parameters, and I've recently proven that vibration is the basis of rhythm. Like the word thy is very literally the HY from RHY. But the implication from that is the Ten Commandments are the direct form of the empirical value function. If you type in the Ten Commandments on Google, right, there is only one God, there is only this. That is not the form of the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments literally say no, don't, no, don't. And that's cited in Thomas Cahill's book about Jesus' life. But another thing that I've personally proven, right, it is what it is. If that was the basis of logic, and people from a long time ago just didn't have as much technology and hadn't evolved for as long as time as we had, and God was a singular individual before Jesus and the prophet, well, then you would have some sort of doctrine or some sort of creed that says it is what it is as it is in heaven. And wait, where do you say that at? Mass. What's responsible for gravity? Mass. Pretty convincing? No? Alright, good thing we have more evidence. Right, this is not as poignant, but I swear to God, that's the science of argumentation. Right? When someone says that as an emphatic emphasis in an argument, they're saying, I'm being so honest I would say it to God, as an instinctual reaction. Noah's Ark had pairs of animals. That's an analogy. Pairs is because the fundamental basis of mathematics is base 2 number system. Jesus' life, heritage, ethnicity, and respect. I just want to cover this briefly because I come from a Christian Catholic community, and Jesus' life wasn't sitting back and judging people. But it's interesting because he only associated with criminals. Fact. I wonder why that is. Go watch Michael Francese. I don't know how to say his last name properly. But the thing you notice with criminals is there's no bullshit. It's just facts. And so if you're really good with words, you can't, and we talked about in my math video, speciality, just people's insecurities, just spewing off nonsense, you have no tolerance for it. That's fucking why. I would like to say I'm heritage and ethnicity, I am 95 to 99% sure he was of African American or, not African American, but African or Mediterranean descent with a Irish woman. Mari's wedding and the Irish culture. Anywhere in a historical context, wherever there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of culture. This is why there's a lot of laments in Gaelic songs. Ethnicity, use almost certainly light-skinned black and white mixed in respect. Dude, also 2,000 years ago, if these people were scientists, you would say it might, and people said timing is everything, it might be 2020. It is. But he went into a temple at age 12 and said, hey guys, I'm smarter than everybody. It kind of matters. And it kind of mattered. So I don't think that's going to age too well for other stories similar. Other life experiences similar to dog shit like this. But those are the past predictions. Now let's jump up to the future predictions. The Navy pilot on Joe Rogan, I think that was I said his name on the last clip, I think that's the David Frazier, and then Bob Lazar. The David Frazier absolutely chased a UFO. But in addition to that, the thing I want to point out for the censorship consideration is, oh, and Bob Lazar. Okay, so Bob Lazar was clearly, literally in an alien ship, and he has no idea how it fucking works. Let me tell you how alien ships work, right? Elon Musk is developing a Neuralink currently right now. There is an off chance that, I don't want to say off chance, there's a substantial chance they have different elements, but what they certainly have is any species that can get here is substantially past us. Now, there's certainly a spectrum of life, and the best analogy is the zoo hypothesis. There's going to be obviously civilizations that are way less developed than us can't get here, but the ones that can get here still have to be close enough and interested. The phrase, I think I might have said it in the lecture series, but there are certainly bugs in the woods and there are aliens in space. But at a society or species level, who fucking cares that much? It's like marine life or worms in the woods. Are there people that like to study them? Certainly. Is it going to consume your life? Not even like a fucking little bit. But the thing that happens is the David Frazier, you see the resistance of human beings just to talk about it. You get ostracized. You get treated like a weirdo. So from these people's perspectives, it's just not fucking worth it to talk about it. I mean, it genuinely ruined your life. I did math and it ruined my fucking life. So the censorship and the conspiracy isn't, yes, the government certainly covers certain things up, but they don't know what the fuck to do with it. It's not conspiracy and then let's kill everybody. It might have been, again, it certainly was, I mean, we're coming off the most violent time in our history. But human being, I mean, it's not conspiracy and censorship to harm. Certainly it's not that. But let me make sure my camera's still on. That's what I really wanted to emphasize is the social detriment. Although the Bob Lazar has no idea how the way the spaceships work. Is like I said, they might have different elements, but they certainly have better interfacing. Like Elon Musk building the Neuralink. They could have an implant, or they could have they probably have some sort of, again, I haven't seen an alien ship, but I doubt there's any technology, I doubt there's any biological technology. I think the ship that you found, the examples you have are being directly interfaced by the actual individuals. But then you see the social reaction of censorship for Galileo. Well, obviously, well-known example, 1984 in Brave New World, and these books get banned. I forget which one. I'm not going to be super historically accurate, but one of these got banned in like World War II by both sides. And so it's like you see people they introduce just new, and people are like, whoa, fuck this stuff, fuck that stuff. We have to resist it. We have to censor it. But now how about in general? What is the stimulus to ban something or to censor something? Well, it hurts people, right? Guns kill people, let's ban guns, let's censor guns. I've already used that example. I do this proof off of the top of my head for real. But there's plenty of examples. It's always someone get hurt or harmed, or there's, right, even outside of like policy making, someone's dad or parents or siblings has some disease and then they go run for that disease, or that they go into that research, or they go into that specialty in their profession. So that's what happens. People are genuinely hurt, people are genuinely trying to do good, and then they just fuck shit up. The current example of predicting new things, the resistance to just making this stuff public has seriously held back or retarded the progress of physics and mathematics at a fundamental level, for sure. So good job, U.S. government. That is a really good thing to do. And world governments. I'm sure there's other examples out there too. Moving on. So now the birds and the bee's knees. We're just again to briefly talk about the psychology of sex and the relationship of language and intelligence. Considering the relationship of values and attraction. What makes a good relationship? Why does cheating happen? Why do divorces happen? Why do people change positions? All fun questions you should ask yourself. But, alright, clearly a theory of language, we talk about just a bunch of different facets of communication. But what makes a good relationship? Honesty, commitment, reliability, dependability, humor. And the really thing that I want people, I mean, it's not, this is the least groundbreaking science I've ever done, but the only thing people are attracted to is personality. Obviously, there's initial physical attraction. You have to look at the other person like, yeah, let's do that nasty shit. But past that, it has to be just not boring. Boredom is a fate worse than death. And why does cheating happen? Again, people get bored or they end up resenting people, and they don't respect each other, right? We talk about the levels of disrespect, getting to the more trivial shit. Cheating is just because people don't have respect for each other, particularly themselves. And a lot of times if you're just insecure, you don't develop yourself enough, you don't even know why you cheated. You see it personally, humongous fan of Jerry Springer and Steve Wilkos, the shows, but you see it all the time. People will go on there and they lie, they go into denial, they don't own up to their actions, but you can always tell it's just really underdeveloped people. And so the home life obviously affects the work life and vice versa. So at a society level, when you have really shitty education paired with a really competitive and garbage-ass professional life, you have 50% divorce rates. I just saw a recent study of millennials having less sex, less marriage, less families. It's all stagnation from a society level, and it's all intertwined. Why do people change positions? Again, just to emphasize, even within a good relationship, a good physical relationship, a good physical momentary interaction, people get bored of rhythms, right? Rhythmic motion, that's definitely real in sex. Sexual tension, that's definitely real in sex. So again, tension and rhythm are two of our fundamental parameters, and everyday relationships. It's pretty consistent so far. We're doing pretty good. Professor Sean Carroll, Caltech, Santa Fe Institute, how's your unification of the natural sciences going? Oh, that's right, if you don't, and to anyone else watching, go watch his channel. Dude definitely knows science. Dude definitely knows physics. When he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, you can't avoid the fundamental basis of logic. He starts saying forms of vibration. Go watch it yourself. But that's really all I wanted to say was that the only thing that people are attracted to is personality. And obviously individuals are members of a species and of a society. And the society at large dominates what values are considered good. Right? Our empirical value function says yes or no, right or wrong, different or not different, good or bad. Again, that's another consequence or direct correlation to religious implications. But people are only attracted to personality, and society as a whole governs what an individual person perceives as valuable, perceives as right. Moving on. So now to the politics, current events, police conduct, Reddit, and cancel culture. Just a hodgepodge of stuff I want to talk about here. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about the debate. Like I said, I checked out American politics. I don't give a fuck at all. But again, it's morbidly stupid. But all arguments sound like this: I'm brave, I don't care, or you're stupid. I want to talk a little bit more about COVID. Is it useful to approach an anti-masker? biologically and scientifically, I don't think so, right? We're trying to keep our distance, and we're trying to limit close personal interaction. So if your idea of calling out, again, look, I'm brave, or you're stupid, if you want to go film somebody, you're still, and say, look how dumb you are for not wearing a mask, you're still genuinely increasing human-to-human contact, which is proportional to the spreading of the disease, and you're doing it for likes on the internet, so that's pretty fucking dumb. If you're not wearing a mask, you're really fucking dumb too. See, look, I'm making the same arguments. But there's just been some funny things recently. Donald Trump, when asked about the 200,000 American deaths from COVID, it went viral. He says, it is what it is, because again, I'm in direct contact with these people, and cancel culture is hijacked morality paired with stupidity. And so you're literally watching, right, we watched our parrots pick up, go read the article about the parrots getting removed from the park for saying swear words. Just like the parrots picking up on swear words and saying them at each other to make each other laugh, this is us picking up the fundamental basis of logic from the president and saying, look, he's fucking stupid, look how dumb he is, haha, we're all lost, from people who are also the fucking problem, because they're also so fucking stupid. But if you want to see, like, I posted my actual thesis. Again, now I have, 110 YouTube videos. I have a thesis online with a corresponding website to explain it. I have 20-ish lecture videos. I have like 5 albums of music. And with the sites like YouTube and Spotify, you see your data metrics. So it's hilarious to see people begin to read the right answer. Like when I posted my thesis under Math Guru 101, I got downvoted to shit, obviously, because Reddit hates thinking. But what you're watching, right, in Jesus' life when, they denied me 3 times. Denial is cancel culture in that same exact sense. But 2,000 years ago, death is, again, a lot more prevalent, a lot more of a reality for the people. So any sort of disrespect comes with the real potential to die. And today, like we covered it in one of the other lectures, you can chase people saying, we're going to kill you, and then be surprised when they turn around and shoot you. But you see me getting downvoted to hell, but what you also see on this one, the Math Guru 101, one of the people comments, go look at the thread yourself, but one of the guys comments, oh, if you could actually explain what you mean, we might be interested in what you have to say. I can do a historical level mathematical proof and get someone interested in a paragraph. That's how the visceral response of them saying, oh, this might be right, is the actual proof that it is right because it's resonating with them. Vibration resonates. That's why people say, oh, that resonates with me. And I'm currently on Reddit under Cornhusker120. I've been banned, both of these accounts have been banned from Reddit Math, because again, if you do actual math against a bunch of edgelords on fucking Reddit, 0% chance you'll do anything besides get downvoted to shit. But it's still amazing to me. You can post solution to the quantum mechanics measurement problem. Even if I was completely fucking wrong, if you can talk meaningfully about a problem, there's an effective immediate chance that you have to have made some sort of progress. But again, we talked briefly about the attention span of people being 2 weeks, 2 seconds, 2 weeks, and 2 years. Mathematics takes a lot more fucking time than that. And so you can see that happening in real time. As on the same website, I'm getting downvoted to shit as the actual content of what I've posted is going viral at the same fucking time. Amazing. Honestly amazing. Again, this is the structure of all words. All logical arguments sound like that. And then the thing I wanted to say about the anti-maskers is just from a biological and evolutionary perspective, if you study or read about hunter-gatherer tribes, they're males or they're hunters. It doesn't have to be males. They'll go for a big game kill as something more practical, and it's all because of the birds and the bees' knees. It's all a sexual antagonism demonstration. This woman wants me. I can protect her. We're talking about hunter-gatherers, not us. But that's the leftover mentality. But again, it's not even I'm going to go hunt a more dangerous animal. It's I'm going to scream, I'm brave, I don't fucking care. And it's so, like, from the anti-masker perspective, when you're saying it's unconstitutional, no, it isn't. But the biological arguments don't even fucking make sense. They say, I'm being a slave to my government, so I'm not going to do basic safety procedures. Fucking dumbest fucking shit ever. But it also doesn't make sense to engage them. Just fucking don't. But now, more seriously, to the police conduct and the Jacob Blake shooting. The Jacob Blake shooting was easily the most atrocious shit I've ever fucking seen. He's literally walking. Those people need to be fired. They need to be criminally prosecuted. If you people don't do it, I will sure as fuck will. I don't care how many fat cunt fucking cops get in my fucking way. I do not care at all. But the thing I want to say to civilians and to people, it does not matter how wrong the police officers are. Yes, they're tense, fat cunts that make zero money because they're stupid as shit. Absolutely. But when they say you are under arrest, you do exactly what the fuck they say. You do not resist in any fucking way. Hopefully someone else is recording, but you become completely compliant. Fuck them in court. Do not resist when they say you are under arrest. Do not do it. They'll be whenever my shit is public, contact me personally. I will personally fuck up the cop's career from a legal and lawful way. But again, the Jacob Blake shooting, any resistance from anyone in that department, fire them all, send them all to jail. That's about all I wanted to say here for current events. Not going to say any more about the debate. Moving on. So now in conclusion, I just wanted to talk about a couple things that are kind of random but are kind of very important in biology and pharmacology and the reproducibility crisis. So LSD proves that quote-unquote research chemicals can have zero toxicity or near zero toxicity or substantially less toxicity than organic or natural materials. So what the fuck does organic and natural mean? And this obviously has very big branding implications, but I don't know I don't have much to say here, but for the future of biological technology development, right? And one of the other episodes we talked about nutrition and diet, super briefly, but it's a very intuitive argument to say, right, this thing grows out in nature, it's good. So we typically associate organic and natural as good. But there's way more fucking toxic plants than there are safe plants. And more generally in biology, that's like, for example, LSD versus psilocybin mushrooms. I guess psilocin, I'm pretty sure, is the actual active metabolite. But people, I've met personally people that be like, well, mushrooms are natural, therefore less drugs. And LSD is made in a lab, so more drugs. And we've already talked about why that's kind of like a goofy just approach. But there's really no... This is the first actual evidence from what I know of a research chemical being profoundly less toxic than the not toxic natural plants that we've studied. So again, there's been court rulings about what classifies as organic, but my response is, who the fuck cares? Organic is just a word. If you put it into your body and it regenerates the sustenance or the composition of your cell with the least amount of toxicity, i.e. inefficiency, it's a good thing. And then from a policy perspective, This is what the FDA and CDC are supposed to establish. The assessment of the public health. And for like the FDA currently taking comment, again, I've presented several videos on cannabis, but when you have a fucking federal bureaucracy saying, we're so good at science, what does the public think? Fire them all. They don't know fucking anything. For fuck's sake. And so, stupid people argue about nothing. That's what they fucking do. At a society level, is this qualified as organic? Is it not? Is it toxic? Is it not? Is there public health? If not, freedom of choice. This is supposed to be a free fucking country. And again, this is LSD. Cannabis needs to be legalized yesterday. We've already talked about that, but I did want to point that out. Speciality is the natural tendency for sexual antagonism, which is the cause of the reproducibility crisis. We just super briefly touched on language and attraction, but when you have a shitty sex life, you've been told to play games and take tests all day, and now you're 35 to 45 and you want more fucking money, you have a reproducibility crisis. This is supposed to be the scientific method. And you have landmark studies that can't be reproduced by the scientists who conducted them. That's institutionalized fraud. Again, we've covered that from a legal perspective, but it's going on right now today, and the net result is dead and dying people. Watching people bitch about Donald Trump or Mike DeWine as opposed to simply promoting fucking science. Plenty of people could come watch my videos. People could share them. YouTube could promote them silently. Someone could give me some sort of help silently. But you people bitch about nothing, you accomplish nothing, you are irrelevant as fuck. Legalize cannabis and publish my fucking paper. Thanks for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 12. High School Never Ends. And again, I wanted to bring back the High School Never Ends. This is people have built entire careers fraudulently while being so blissfully behind the veil of ever fucking seeing the results of their actions. Ever. An entire species. Entire society. This is where we're at. Please publish my paper.